In 2024, the online marketplace is more crowded than ever. If your Shopify store looks just like thousands of others, you're not just a drop in the ocean, you're invisible. Today, I'm going to show you 9 simple tips to skyrocket your Shopify store's conversion rates and increase your revenue per sessions in 2024. After a decade in the trenches of conversion rate optimization, I've learned that success is about checking the right boxes. Each principle on your landing page is a step towards higher conversion rates, and I'm here to guide you through each one. Before we dive into the secrets of high converting landing pages, if you're as passionate about transforming your Shopify store as I am about creating landing pages that convert like crazy, then I want you to do me a quick favor. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe button to show your support. Your support fuels more content like this, helping other entrepreneurs like you thrive in the marketplace. Okay, so let's start with optimizing your value proposition. You need to craft a compelling offer with benefit-driven statements and an irresistible offer to increase your conversion rates. Okay, so let's start with an irresistible offer. It's really important that your offer delivers extraordinary value, making your product an irresistible opportunity for your customers. How do we do this? I challenge all of you to look at your product pages, your stores, your sales pages, and think, how can I make this product more irresistible to my consumers? And there's lots of ways to do this. You can start adding some value. So maybe it's a bonus item, maybe it's an incentive for first-time buyers, and that doesn't always have to be something that actually costs you. That could be a free ebook, that could be a membership, it could be access to a community, it could just be a saving based on first-time purchases. But think about some way to take what is a single product and turn it into something of more value. Maybe you can offer a free gift with the purchase. Again, it doesn't have to be something that actually is a monetary value. It could just be something that's free. Alternatively, you might add something that actually costs. For example, if you are selling protein powder, maybe you add a free shaker. But you need to start stacking these values on top of each other to make your offer sound irresistible to your cold consumers. You can also do this in the form of offers and deals. So it may be buy one, get one free. It may be buy 2 and get 1 free. It may be in the form of bundling to save more money. Either way, start thinking about, how can I actually make my product or my offer more irresistible to my cold consumers? Next up is UI, UX and usability, really important. So effective UX UI design enhances user satisfaction. It streamlines the path from the visitor to the customer. So you need to focus on user-centric design principles and the ease of use of your entire funnel to purchase. A good example of this is simplifying the user buying experience and actual journey pre-purchase. Maybe it's taking out pages that aren't needed. Maybe it's decluttering the product page and getting rid of anything that doesn't lead to a sale. Start thinking about things like font sizes. You should never have fonts on your pages that are below 16 pixels. Make sure that readability for that customer is spot on. Make sure they can actually read the text on your page. It goes without saying, you need to be designing for mobile first. So always view your own pages on mobile and make sure that that experience from click to add to cart to purchase is seamless and as easy as possible for your customers. A recent example of this is where we took a client's collection page and they had this huge banner at the top of the collection page, as a lot of people do. This is a big mistake. The only objective of your collection page is for people to view your collection. So we got rid of the banner, we got rid of the big text, and whereas in the previous page, you could only see a small section of the actual product itself, we moved everything above the fold. We put products 2 by 2, and all of a sudden you could see 4 products above the fold, and you could filter easily through your collections. Next up is value proposition. And what a powerful value proposition does is it sets you apart. It captivates the interest by highlighting your product's unique selling points and your product's benefits over your competitors. A really great way of doing this is on your product pages. Above the fold, take that boring description and turn it instead into 3 benefit-driven bullet points. So highlight the benefits of your product straight away and get that perceived value across to your cold consumers as soon as they land on the page. Bold some of the key phrases and really make those benefits pop out from the page. A really nice way of doing this is just using simple comparison tables that compares your unique benefits against the lack of benefits that your competitors or your general market has. Moving on to social proof. And what social proof does is it leverages human trust instincts, boosting credibility through testimonials, case studies, user numbers, endorsements, and other forms of reviews. As I said, a great way of doing this is above the fold, making sure you actually have a physical review or testimonial. When it comes to testimonials, a few key things: use real people, real pictures, use first and last names, make sure you bold some of the key phrases within that testimonial to make it scannable, and make sure you actually highlight the key phrase above that bit of text so that people can easily read that statement. Next, making sure you use numbers. I'm sure all of you have got clear social proof sections where you have reviews and testimonials, and instead of saying hear from some of our customers, why not flip it to say something like hear from over 1,000 plus happy verified buyers. Instantly the number gives it way more credibility. Again, if you rely on influencers or you sell to famous people or famous companies use your products, then again, leverage their trust and credibility by having a section that showcases their logos and says that they trust in you and therefore other people will do the same. A recent test we actually did based on social proof is we just took a really good review that handled objections and friction points and we put it inside the cart slider itself. We just added it into the cart slider and instantly saw an increase in revenue per session. So following on from social proof is trust and credibility. And trust and credibility are fostered by transparent practices, reliable customer service, and showcasing your credentials as a real brand. This can be done from adding things like trust seals or displaying payment seals. For example, having a trust policy bar just below your navigation that showcases things that make you trusted as a company. Maybe it's satisfaction guarantee, money back guarantee, maybe it's vegan friendly, made in the US, anything that just makes you stand out as a real company. Have you won industry awards or certifications? If so, add those seals on your product images, add them above the fold and put them in front of people's faces. Ultimately, you just need to highlight anything that makes you trusted as a company. Real quick tip here, if you do have a trust policy bar on your homepage or your product pages, take those 3 or 4 trusted icons and text and actually put them in the product cart themselves. You'll see a dramatic increase in people going through to the confirmation step and actually purchasing your product. Moving on to persuasive copywriting. And persuasive copywriting sparks interest and desire with emotive, compelling language that resonates with your target audience. We mentioned it before, but using benefit-driven statements. Try and forget about the features first and foremost. Instead, communicate with your target demographic on how your product specifically benefits them. We can tell them how you actually do it in the feature section below, but above the fold, it should be all about your consumer and the outcome that they desire from buying your product. Try addressing your audience directly. Using the word you is really powerful in direct response marketing. A really impactful thing you can do is downloading your reviews, putting them into ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT to spot tonalities, use of words and languages from your actual customers. You can then take that tonality and use of words and start putting it into your own copy on your landing page to speak more directly with your consumers. Okay, so really importantly, we move on to objection handling. And objection handling involves proactive clarification of potential concerns, reassurance, and clear communication. A great way of doing this is actually addressing your customers' concerns using an FAQ. So all of your landing pages should have FAQs, and they should handle any given objections that potential buyers should have before their purchase. Address things like shipping dates, how long it takes to deliver, how often your product should be used, how long it takes to get results, and again go very, very detailed and specific about the product that they're purchasing. Clearly state return and refund policies. Don't leave any stone unturned. And another great way to handle any potential objections or friction points is to actually post-purchase survey your customers. Gather data from some of your customers already who have made a purchase. Ask them why they purchased, but most importantly, ask them why they almost didn't purchase, because that second question gives you so much data that you can then take from common concerns and answer them on the front end of your store to remove the friction point from new consumers. One quick test that we recently did that added over $50,000 in additional monthly revenue for one of our clients is we knew that this specific product had a lot of questions around it. It wasn't a straightforward consumable product. So what we did is we actually added a FAQ drop down just below the call to action above the fold. Therefore, when customers landed on our page, they didn't have to scroll to find the answers. They were right there for them. And let's talk about call to actions. Your call to action should be a guiding beacon that drives the audience towards the desired action efficiently. Every call to action should be vibrant and noticeable. Okay, so if your brand color and most of your page is blue, do not make your call to action blue. Some rules have directional cues on your buttons, so make sure they have a pointing chevron or emoji that is a directional cue towards the next step. Explain exactly what happens when people click that call to action. Don't just use buy now. Use things like grab mine now, rush my order, start my free trial. Be more actionable and emotive with your copy. Make sure your button is big enough. On mobile, make sure it spans full width and truly stands out. And don't have conflicting call to actions. Within one fold, there should be one call to action that's very clear about the next step. And last but not least, you should be doing ongoing optimization. Ongoing CRO demonstrates commitment to improvement through regular testing, analysis, and refinement. You need to be regularly analyzing your website's analytics and data and finding bottlenecks and reasons why people aren't completing their purchase. As a non-negotiable, you should be compiling and collecting customer feedback from post-purchase and pre-purchase surveys, asking your customers why they purchased, why they almost didn't purchase, how often they're using your product, why are they using your product, how does your product make them feel. Gather all that data and then make informed changes on the front end to turn more clicks into customers. And it goes without saying, you should be regularly conducting A/B tests based on this data and this analysis, creating hypotheses of ideas and changes that you think will increase your revenue per session. So if you want more videos like this, head on over to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you're notified when we drop new videos. And if you want my agency ConversionWise to design you a high converting page or run your ongoing CRO, you can head on over to conversionwise.com or click the link below, and I will see you in the very next video.